Hey YouTube, Coppersan here. So you want to be a shadower in 2022? Well then I hope you're ready for some changes coming to this class. Will they steal your heart? Let's find out. Today we're checking out the remastered shadower in the MapleStory Korea test server. Like I mentioned in the previous videos, this is still the test server, so some skills might still be buffed, nerfed or changed before they hit the live server, so please do keep that in mind. This update will most likely be released in about 6 months from now in MapleStory Global and MapleStory C. Shadower has gotten additional mobility, buffed hitboxes, new animations and a ton of quality of life changes. These changes feel really good in my opinion. In the case you missed it in the previous Night Lord video, in first job there are a few convenient changes made, like haste being turned into a passive skill. Sorry Phantoms, you're gonna have to steal another skill. And double stab has gotten a massive range improvement. This makes leveling up early on so much better. I'm in the burning world and this character has no legion or link skills by the way. We become true bandits at level 30, and this is where the fun starts. Bandits is one of my first mains in MapleStory, besides my Ice Lightning Mage, so I'm always looking forward to improvements for this class, and thankfully there are a lot. Savage Blow has gotten a new animation and a bigger hitbox. Grinding no longer really sucks at second job. I of course still miss the OG Savage Blow, but its mobbing skill is pretty nice. And Steel has been turned into a toggle skill. No longer you'll need to either hit mobs with a skill or constantly use it to get free potions. Steel makes monsters drop special potions that heal you up, and boss monsters drop special potions that will give you a small buff. Those work automatically when you pick them up, and this makes bandits actually very cheap to train early on. I never had to use any potions thanks to Steel being automatic now. Now, these changes are super nice, but wait, there is more. Similar to the Night Lord, also Shadowers have gotten an up jump. You cannot jump after using the up jump, which is kinda annoying, but you can use the third job skill into darkness to teleport to monsters right away after you jump up, which is nice. But finally, some vertical mobility pre-5th job for this class, and Dark Side is maintained after you jump up as well. When is Shade getting remastered again? I'm dying for an up jump over here. By the way, Nexon confirmed that the Night of Sickness are getting a remaster after the Explorers, so you can be either happy or afraid about that one. Your second job weapon booster was turned into a passive skill, so put 1 point in that and you're good to go until you can max it out later. Bandits also had a critical growth mechanic, where thanks to a passive skill their crit rate and critical damage would go up and down depending on if they attack. This sucked because your crit rate was constantly going up and down, so it was very inconsistent. This mechanic has been removed and it's now just a skill that increases crit rate and crit damage by a set amount. This is 25% crit rate and 5% crit damage flat, and that's it. Meso Guard has also been removed. No longer you lose mesos when you get hit, and the reduced damage this buff gave has been transferred into Shield Mastery and is now part of the passive effect of that skill. Man, these changes are really nice. Grinding was pretty good. It's not insane or anything like that, but compared to what it was before, it's definitely a lot better, and things are getting even more crazy in third job. Grinding a Chief Bandit in third job really sucked in my opinion, because you had to use their face dash skill to glide across the map, which didn't really feel very nice. Chief Bandits do have another attack called Midnight Carnival, but this is a single target attack. But guess what? Not anymore. Midnight Carnival has gotten a massive size increase and is now your main mobbing attack. Face dash is still there as well and got a revamped look, but grinding with the new and improved Midnight Carnival is so much better. I was secretly hoping Nexon would bring back the Band of Thieves mobbing skill, but the new Midnight Carnival is pretty fine as well. Meso Explosion has also got a new animation, and I don't know what it is, but it feels like really nice to use. I checked out Meso Explosion on the regular server and I didn't see any skill changes or damage number changes or range increase or anything like that, but it just feels better. I don't know what it is. The function of this skill remains unchanged, so you have to keep spamming it while you're using your other grinding skills though. Mesos will be dropped by the toggle skill Pickpocket like before, and the passive 20% Meso drop rate for Meso Mastery is still there as well. Perhaps Bandits will be a good farming class if Kana's Kishin does end up getting nerfed soon. Besides those changes, Dark Flare has got a new animation. It's the same as the Assassin one, but with a dagger instead of a throwing knife. It's kinda weird because this skill has a purple theme while all Shadower skills are mostly reddish, but it works well for the Night Lord's color theme I guess. Dark Flare also hits up to 3 monsters now instead of 1, which is a nice buff for this skill. This same buff was applied to Night Lords by the way. The new look for Shadow Partner is still there. I know a lot of people weren't too fond of it, and the teleport skill into darkness is still there as well. Third job grinding is so much better now. I'm really digging all these changes. Feels like actually something happened to this class. Fourth job has seen some big changes and improvements as well. First, let's talk about your new mobbing skill, Cruel Stab. I like the look of this skill. Perhaps one hit effect would be better instead of like 6, but it's nice overall in my opinion. The range on this skill does feel a little bit better than the current Boomerang Stab, but it's not like it was massively improved, kind of on a similar level as Dark Knight's Dark and Pale improvements. The whole body count mechanic this class had to their Shadower Instinct skill has been removed as well, and instead this skill has been turned into a passive that gives 70 attack and 20% ignore enemy defense at max level. There is also a new skill called Bloody Pocket. When activated, this skill replaces Pickpocket and it's mostly used during boss fights. This skill passively increases your critical damage by 20%, and instead of the regular mesos, red mesos will drop from monsters. When Bloody Pocket is active, Meso Explosion gets changed to Bloody Meso Explosion. This skill enhances your Assassinate skill when used and can be used while using Assassinate without any cast delay. Bloody Meso Explosion deals way more damage than Meso Explosion, but hits only 3 enemies. This skill also targets the monster with the highest HP. I'm actually really digging this change, it's super nice, makes Meso Explosion a lot better when bossing. So when grinding you're just using the regular Pickpocket, and when you're bossing you switch to this skill instead. When you're using your 4-job bossing skill Assassinate, you'll have the regular purple skill effect, and in combination with Bloody Meso Explosion this skill will turn red and will deal increased damage. But the biggest buff out of all is that the sound effect no longer stacks for Assassinate and it won't explode your ears anymore when you use that skill. I think this was actually improved a bit earlier, but still it's nice. This skill will automatically target the monsters with the highest HP and range as well, and the red buff will be maintained even if you don't hit an enemy. Besides those changes, there are new animations for Sudden Raid and Smokescreen, which look like this. Shadower's hyper skill, Flip of the Coin, was kinda annoying to use as well. Whenever you did a critical hit, you would activate this buff up to 5 times to increase your critical damage and damage. This skill has been turned into a toggle skill, which is way more convenient. Your level 160 hyper skill has gotten a big range increase as well, and looks kinda the same, but bigger, which is always nice. And even some 5th job skills have been improved for the Shadower. Like Trick Blade's invincibility frame has been increased, and when you use /shadow formation, you can use the skill again to immediately cast the final attack, the one that does the most damage. And Sonic's blow cooldown has been reduced to 45 seconds, and the body count reduction effect has been removed from the skill. I think these are some really nice and impactful changes for the Shadower. Of course, the looks of skills are always up to personal preference, but this is definitely a really nice remaster in my opinion. What do you think of the remastered Shadower? Let me know in the comments. Next up is the Crosshair. Crosshair for Nakama, you'll find out in tomorrow's video. And that was all for today. As always, many thanks to our members for making this video possible. Thanks to Niels de Coninck, Raar maar waar, Sebastian, Hanoy, FLX, Ryalias, Terry Kim, Vareese, Cody Mora, Wiley, Francisco Sousa, Historycanon, BackSpaceOTI, Saffronyx, Lorenzo, BG Extremes, Anwar NHI, Frank Bouguet, Ziggy Deer, Flidiot, Beamer WT, Knifesu, Shen125, Cloudfix, Gusus Rodriguez, Froggy11, Surtito655, Gleason, Brandon Cam, Vara, Trevor, Michael Machaka, Ratius, Lucky Beats, Justin Vale, Silvio Nato, Stevie Zhang, Afterlord_MS, Heopan, ceemak, Joshua Alvarez, Striker Elk, Nokka SS, Niu, Tidal1 Pun, Victor Sundstrom, Radicals the Alien, Stanislaus Sumo Vegas, Riser Are You, Eddie Reacts to Things, Dular, Gummy Bullet, Liron Riddle, Booty Warrior GT, Jeremy Stodler, Mr. Anarch, Lovebird, Rev Soli, Ruski TV, Yo Mama, Mathias Simonsson, Caveman, oh yeah, Galando Balavia, and I'm disappointed. Thank you all so much for watching, stay safe and happy mapling!